All right, hi Antonia. So we're going to do your site and SEO critique here. Um, Generally speaking, I like to go. This will be the first time I view the site, which it sort of is, but I cheated a little bit, and I have got to do a happy dance somehow. I don't know how, but my goodness, your site is freaking amazing. Okay, it utilizes a lot of new styles to it. It's updated. It's clean. It's phenomenal. I watched this video. I'm hiring you to come to the States to hang out with me and my family for a day. I'll get a cot for you. The whole nine. It is, your site is awesome. Okay. I don't even know. I'm not even sure what I can really say. I mean, this is just the homepage, and I'm done. So kudos, congratulations on doing this. This is awesome, and I'm glad to see that you're using the theme actually that I recommend for a lot of photographers, which is Divi. I personally haven't used it. I use a theme called Genesis, or a theme system called Genesis. It's very developer heavy, so you have to code a lot of stuff, which is what I like. But I have a friend who is a designer who uses Divi, and she loves it. So, I mean, this is awesome. I mean, kudos to you. Okay, but this is a critique, so I'm going to critique it. Okay, let's take a look at your about page. Okay, so text, images. Okay, good. Still grabbing my attention. I'm not going to read the whole thing just because it'd be pretty boring watching me read this. But I mean, I definitely see it's still grabbing my attention, which is good. You have a lot of good breaks in here, visual breaks. So your eyes can rest. And you've got you're highlighting statements that you feel are important to both you and the user. Excuse me. You're my sixth video for the evening, and my throat's getting a little bit dry, even though I have a glass of tea here sitting next to me. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything that sticks out to say what's good or bad. Maybe maybe the text can be a little bit bigger, not by much. It's kind of recommended to do like an 18-point text, a little bit bigger on mobile, roughly 20 to 22, give or take. But I would say maybe a few points bigger might help. Might help it be a little bit easier to read, especially for someone who might have a hard time if things kind of blend in. My eyesight's not 20/20 like it used to be, but it's still good. And it does blend, for me anyway, a little bit. If I had my glasses on, it'd be fine. But I'm just kind of thinking ahead. But yeah, I mean, I don't really see anything else really pertaining. You can maybe even add some form of a link, a bigger link type thing to either your blog or on Instagram, or even continue on with a gallery of some sort. So let's take a look at your portfolio here. I'm afraid to look at his images. I'm not going to lie, Antonia, because these are freaking awesome, absolutely amazing. You got videos. That's awesome. I'm glad. A lot of photographers don't do video because either A, it costs too much money, or B, they're not willing to collaborate. And whatever you're doing, don't stop. I mean, these are, yeah. The only thing I would say with this, because I didn't know this was actually a slideshow until I clicked on it, or until I hovered over it. You may want to try to find a way to highlight that this is a slideshow, whether it's having the controls show up automatically right away or something. But yeah, oh gosh, she is precious. Oh, she is precious. I actually have a client who does sessions like these, and she's actually going away from weddings and families, the typical photography stuff, to strictly wanting to do these, and she loves doing them, absolutely loves doing them. So I love that one. That's awesome. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I gotta quit looking. But yeah, that's the only thing I'd really say is just maybe find a way to more a visual aid of some sort to let people know that this is a slideshow that they can actually view. So take a look at travel and personal real quick. Yeah, same thing there. Okay, which is fine. One thing too is obviously it's either a plugin or a feature within the theme, but you know, hovering over these images, I thought these were going to be links, which asked me to pin it. If you're able to, I know it's a little bit difficult. If you're able to disable the pin it button with these and make the whole thing clickable to the link where they want to go. So, like for example, I have to go over read the blog versus the camera. It's actually fairly easy to do if you know how to code it right. But yeah, if you build the site or if you have someone else do the site for you, it shouldn't take them too long to do that, or if you find someone real quick to do it. So, but yeah, okay. So go back. So we'll go to info here. Okay, so there's a video. I would suggest too, since you use Vimeo, or since you have Vimeo on the home page, I would probably suggest having it all across the site. Since you had it on the one gallery too, having it fully across the site. To stick with using Vimeo versus what was I going to say? Versus having multiple video services, just to keep things consistent. And I would even probably, to be honest, maybe even put the video up here more, or actually towards the top, right from the beginning, and then put down more of the text there. At least this way, they can see, users can see a visual aid of how one of your sessions works. So I think that would really help grab the emotion right away versus having to read then see. Very, very, very nice. You guys breaking things up quite well. Very good. I got nothing really to say to this one. I think if you did the site yourself, or if you had someone do this for you, whatever happens, fantastic job, absolutely fantastic. I really don't have much to say. I mean, it's awesome. It really is. Okay, so you do a little mentoring. I've seen a few photographers do something like that. I mean, it's okay to do something like that. So I might suggest you may want to have this as a separate website. To be honest, excuse me. Just to separate everything out. I'm usually not one to combine multiple services. Whereas you do, where you photograph people throughout their day, and families throughout their day, and then you also do business consulting, technically mentoring. But you might want to suggest separating those out, especially at some point in time. Obviously, it'll take a little bit of time to do everything, but I would definitely say maybe keep the same design, perhaps, or same layout with that if you decide to go with a site like that. So. Okay, so these are all blog posts. I might suggest with the blog post links like here, making them bigger, and actually maybe even color them that purple versus having to hover over. and because it's a little bit difficult to see that I can actually click on to have the link there. Some people don't click on images. Some people click on the titles themselves. So just kind of going through here real quick. That's kind of a unique shot. Cool. Let's see. Okay, so at least for this particular blog post, I would suggest writing some more. You've got enough words, but it's a matter of like here, like pick your own, and then it's like a sentence or two, and then another sentence or two here, and you have a handful of small ones here. Maybe make them a little bit longer. It's typically with blog posts you want to have 300 words minimum. Obviously, I can tell that you're already over that, which is good, but I think having some more of a break and a little bit more explanation or even some more ideas would really help with this particular blog post. So let's go back real quick. Let's take a look at this one. When plans go awry. Yeah, and see, like here, perfect. I can tell there's got to be at least 300 words there, or close to it. Though I would like to see more images. So, but that's just that's just me personally. So, okay, let's go. Let's continue on here, shall we? Okay, so you got that. Get in touch, name, email, message. That's good. I would probably suggest, if you're able to, put the contact form up here. Actually, it's kind of people get pre-programmed to a lot of things, and one of which is having the contact form right at the top, easy to see. It might have to do some finagling a little bit. I'm not going to lie, but I think it'll help make it easier for people to contact you. But yeah, you're rocking it, Antonia. I don't even know why you even put your link in here. The only other thing I might suggest, as I've been thinking about it with the home page, is putting the video up here. There are ways to have a background video show up here, so it automatically plays. I think that would really. It doesn't have to be this particular video, but it could be like a slideshow type video of actually doing some of these family sessions. I think that would really, really grab the attention very, very well. But overall, leave it. Your site is amazingly, is perfectly, I guess I wouldn't say perfectly, but it is extremely, extremely well done. The images are rich, they're raw, they're real, they are phenomenal. If I could get you over here for a day with my family, I would absolutely love it, because you do fantastic work. Absolutely fantastic work. So anyway, so let's talk SEO for a minute, shall we? Now, SEO is, I know that you're in London, or at least in that general vicinity. So SEO is a little bit different over in Europe compared to over in the US. And that's only because Europe hates Google. I'm sure, as you know, and maybe you've heard that, is it Germany, maybe even the European Union, one of the two, fined Google $4.2 billion or something like that. It's some outrageous amount of money. Because of all these things that has happened to Google over in Europe, they've had to change a little bit how they do SEO. But SEO is all the same, at least the general concept. So I can at least give you that information. So I think .co.uk. Okay, there we go. So what we'll do, since we're here, remind me later. Okay. So you've got, oh, excuse me. So you're doing okay with your keywords and the title lines and the page descriptions. Excuse me. Of course, a lot of these seem to be, I'm getting some of them to be blog posts, which is fine. That's okay. The only thing I would suggest is for your title line for your homepage is maybe to add in the keywords that people are searching for versus just your name, which apparently Google is not pulling the right one. I wonder why. I don't think it has to do anything with how Google does things over in Europe for SEO. I wonder if maybe it's not a plugin that you're using. Like if you have an SEO plugin, that might be causing the problem there. But that should be that should be saying what your title line is, which is the natural light baby and family photographer in London and Surrey. So I'm not sure why that's happening. So you may want to take a look into that. But yeah, I mean, it seems like, for the most part, your SEO is good. I'm not seeing anything that really has any real major issues that I can initially see. You're including the keywords that you want to find or you'll be found for, which is what you want. So, and hopefully this will work. Since I am in the U.S., family photographer. I'm going to do London and Surrey for the searches, okay, and then we'll just go from there. So, let's see, Mamzenko. What's that? Oh, interesting. Okay, so you're not on page 1. Not on page 2. Or 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now let's check out. Now let's just do photographer real quick and see how that pans out. I know it's kind of a broader keyword, but sometimes I've seen it to where someone will show up for a broad term and not a niche term, such as family photographer, and sometimes it's the other way around. Page 4, and then page 5. Okay, let's try baby photographer in London. London. Sure, why not? Okay. Not on page 1, or on 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay. I'm kind of wondering if maybe since you don't have the right title line within Google, if that's not causing some issues for you. But I would assume that the other pages that have London and photographer would be just fine. So I almost wonder if maybe might be beneficial to maybe find an SEO pro over there. I know there is a gal in the marketing group. I believe her name is Karen Julia. She's in your neck of the woods, or she's in the UK as well. She seems like she knows what she's doing, so I'm going to endorse her and recommend her. And maybe even reach out to her. She may have better insight as to if there's a difference in UK SEO versus US. I know there's some subtle differences, but maybe the subtle differences that I know she might know better. Because I mean your keywords are there, which is great. So we're not too concerned about that. Let's check out Surrey. And it's possible too that I may find there's 2 tools I want to take a look at to see mainly like directory listings and the backlinks for your site to see how those pan out. So Okay, let's do one more for family photographer. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. Surrey family photographer. Still nothing. Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm not sure why you're not showing up for some of those, because I mean you should be. You've got unless maybe maybe take a look here. Let me go back. Let's do family life. That's not what I wanted to do. This is what I want. Okay. One thing you could do too, actually, is you could change. Make sure that your keyword file naming your images too. So you want to include family photos. Let's just. I don't even know what common names are over in the UK. So I'm just going to use your last name. We'll just say it's a very common name over there because. Anyway, so what you want to do is you want to keyword the file names of your images, but make it sound organizational according to Google. So, for example, this image, this particular image here, could be Mamzenko family photo session in London. -1, -2, -3, so on and so forth. And then, of course, if there's another one, such as we'll say Johnson. Johnson's very common over here in the U.S. Johnson family photos in Surrey -1, -2, -3, so on and so forth. And you also want to have descriptive alt text actually describing the image, because it actually does provide a better user experience for individuals who are blind or who are hard of seeing. Because maybe it's possible they may be looking for a photographer. You never know sometimes. But Google wants to include everyone. So make sure you get descriptive with it. So like for this image here, one example could be family photo of mom reading a bedtime story to her children in London or something like that. And it has to be unique for each photo. So if you have 5 or 6 photos like these, they need to be unique. The text needs to be unique from the next. A little cumbersome, but it's going to save you. It's going to save your butt in the long run. So anyway, so there's that. What else? The other thing is too. I don't know. I assume it works the same way over in the UK as in the US. Make sure to include your business name, your business address, and your business phone number on the contact page and actually in the footer. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that was one thing too. Down here, you don't want to do this just because it can affect you. I know it's a pretty common thing across the board to do, but it can affect you because you're adding in a lot of the same word multiple times. And while Google is looking for similar words throughout an entire site, doing it like this where it's consecutive, Google could ding you a few points in terms of SEO. So, yeah, that's the only thing you might want to change that. You can actually add pages that are specific to these locations. Just make sure it's quality content, places that you've shot at, sessions that you've done there, that kind of thing. So, yeah, okay. Anyway, so we're gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work. Actually, I know it's not gonna work. So, here's what we'll do. We will do Antonina Mamzenko. Let's try this. I'm sorry if I spelled your name wrong. But what I want to do is find out. Okay, so you do have. Okay, so it looks like you do have a business page on Google, which is good. Okay. So, okay, so yeah. But yeah, so I mean, there's a couple SEO things at least pertaining to SEO or U.S. knowledge of SEO, that definitely could be changed. But I would talk to Karen Julia within the marketing group. She's over in the UK, and like I said, she seems like she knows what she's doing quite well. And she may know tools that are UK specific versus what I know here in the US. So I'd reach out to her and to see if she'd be willing to kind of give you a free SEO assessment of some sort or something like that. But I mean, overall, Antonia, I mean, your site is awesome. It is absolutely amazing. Minor recommendations. If you don't want to do them, don't do them. I think it still works. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say, but you'll be getting a plane ticket in the mail in about 2 to 3 weeks, and I expect you here the next day. I'm kidding, by the way. Anyway, Antonia, thank you for letting me look at your amazing site, and hopefully you don't mind if I share the site with my client over here in the U.S. Who could possibly pull some information, pull some knowledge, pull some ideas from it, because you really do have an amazing site, and I think she could really use a lot of the elements on here and get some good ideas for her site, so that she can really focus on sessions like you do. So anyway, again, thank you for letting me take a look at your site and critiquing it. If you have any other questions about doing something, don't hesitate to reach out to me, or otherwise you can even talk to Karen Julia about any SEO questions you may have. So anyway, Antonia, thank you again. You have a good day.